Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me for another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you 3 easy, very flavorful brunch recipes to try. I can't wait to show you these recipes. I will leave the full recipes in the description box below for you to try, but let's just jump straight into the video. So the very first recipe is going to be the stuffed French toast, and it is so good. It has a ton of fresh berries in this recipe. Of course, you'll need some milk. I'm using pecans in this recipe. There's also cream cheese in the recipe. There's also a bit of lemon juice and zest because I love adding those to my recipes. There's also a little bit of vanilla here. Gotta have some eggs for the recipe. Sugar is gonna be here, of course, a ton of butter, and thick slices of bread. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start by dicing up all of my strawberries. You don't have to really dice them up for this recipe if you don't want to. I just find that it's easier, so I'll dice these up. And then once I'm done dicing all of my strawberries up, I'll throw in the blueberries in a bowl and I'll give them a quick smash. Once I'm done with my berries, I'll go ahead and take my cream cheese and whip it. And to this cream cheese, I'm also gonna add a little bit of sugar and of course my lemon juice and zest. I'll also add in a little bit of vanilla, and then I'll take all of my berries and then I'm just gonna mix it into the cream cheese mixture. Then I spread the mixture evenly onto the bread, and then I'll put this in the refrigerator to let this chill. This is definitely a step you can do ahead of time if you don't plan on making it the same day. When I'm ready to make the French toast, I'll go ahead and remove it from the refrigerator and get started on the batter. For the French toast batter, I'm using eggs, milk, a little bit of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and some cinnamon. Now I'm just going to give my sandwiches a quick dunk in the batter and put it on my greased griddle. Finally, I finish it off with pecans, fresh berries, and powdered sugar. The second recipe is going to be the crab Florentine quiche, but you could also use lobster if you're not a fan of crab. You've probably noticed this recipe does not have a ton of ingredients. It is really simple to make. Here's a tip. You can just buy yourself a pie shell. You do not have to make it from scratch. It'll make it that much easier. So all I'm gonna do here is just take my eggs, my milk and cream, and my salt and pepper and just whisk everything together. Then I take the crab meat, the cheese, and the spinach, and I layer it on the bottom of a par-baked pie shell. Once that's done, I'll pour the egg mixture on top, and then I'll top it off with some additional spinach and maybe even a little bit of additional cheese, and then it'll go into the oven for 1 hour. Then I remove it from the oven and allow it to cool down before serving. The final recipe is going to be the shrimp and grits, and hands down, this is going to be a fave. The key to this recipe is going to be a good shrimp stock. So the first thing I'll do is get started by chopping up all of my vegetables. So I have green onion, red and green bell pepper, onion, garlic, and parsley. So the next thing I'll do is start making my grits, and I'll be using milk, shrimp stock, a little bit of salt, and I'll bring that to a boil before I start to gradually add in my stone ground grits. Once my grits are done, I'll turn them off, and then I'll shred all my cheese, add it to the grits, and then cover it so that I can get started on the shrimp. Next, I dice up chicken and andouille sausage and bacon, and I'll cook it until it's really crispy. This is gonna give the grits a bit of texture. Then I remove all of the meat and drain it on a paper towel, but I'm not getting rid of that good grease. I'll be keeping that grease to cook my vegetables in. So I add all my vegetables into the skillet with the grease, and my God, this is probably one of my favorite smells in the whole entire world. It definitely brings back a lot of childhood memories. So then I'll go ahead and season my shrimp with just a little bit of Creole seasoning, and then I'll start cooking the shrimp in the same pan with the vegetables. I remove all of my shrimp from the skillet, and then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of stock and deglaze, and I'll cook this down until it forms a light gravy. So to plate the shrimp and grits, I'll go ahead and add the grits to the bottom of my plate, and then I'll add a little bit of the vegetable gravy, and I'll add that crispy bacon and sausage, the shrimp, a little bit of green onion goes on top, and parsley. That's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you again for watching. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you decide to try any of these recipes, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
This is really good.